Hello and happy Monday. Oh, lots of you chiming in already. That's good to see. So yeah, it is Monday and I'm kicking off the week with a new hostess. So my virtual hostess that I will be making cards for today, tomorrow, and the next day. So 3 cards total is for Angie Mesa, and she's from Missouri. So not local to me, but I met her through a great crafting retreat in Okoboji, and she's got a lovely family too. So it's been nice to reconnect every so often with all of them. So yeah, I just wanted to get started on a fun card. And hi Tori, hi Lisa, thanks for joining in. So this is great, and I just want to make sure that that my iPad is on and going so that it sees me for all of your guys' fun comments. I love it when you guys interact with me. That helps me to know like I'm not just talking to myself, which normally I'm talking to myself. I've been crafting almost all morning, so I thought, oh, I need to stop and kind of prepare for this and kind of get my act together because I need to stay on schedule too for the rest of the day. So let me just, yeah, it is Monday too. And Tori, do you know Mondays are my favorite day of the week? You would think like, who likes Monday? Only me, right? But I do feel like I get a lot accomplished. So I woke up early this morning and started doing lots of stuff, and I feel like I've conquered a lot today already, which is great. So that's why I love Mondays. Got our youngest moved into college, so we just have one more with us this week, and then we'll move him in at the end of this week too. So I think that kind of gave me a little bit of burst as far as I haven't had to make 16 meals today so far for the one that usually is home throughout the day. So that's kind of fun too, but I do miss him. Like at noon today, I was kind of like a little bummed that he's not here, but I'll get over it. He's already over it. So it was good to see him back at college and moved in and having a good time with his roommates and excited about football too. So let me get started. Here is my card today. Whoops, nope. This way. Okay, another Halloween card. So I've been trying to kind of vary the types of cards that I've been doing for each of my hostesses, but yet I don't want to feel like if somebody orders, places an order to help a hostess out, that they might not get like a certain kind of stamp set, or I mean, excuse me, a card for ordering and such. So I've been kind of varying. So like each hostess this month, I've done something Halloweenish, not too spooky and such. So I think I have something hanging on there. Okay. And so it's kind of been fun to kind of change that up, but then offer something that's kind of similar so that nobody feels like they're getting a better deal. Hopefully everybody's liking the cards I'm sending out, and I have a bunch to catch up on as well too. So where most of the supplies are coming from is the holiday catalog and from Banner Year. And I think I will just get things turned around here because I'm also kind of mixing up, thanks Tori, I'm mixing up kind of where I'm getting my supplies from too. So I kind of want you to see that it may be not the bundle, you could still do the bundle. So okay, let me get my camera turned around, and hopefully my tripod will, there we go. My tripod will agree with the angle I want it to be at. There we go. Hi Robin, thanks for joining in. And Donna too, hello, hello. Okay, so once again, let me show you the card up front. Whew, that got really like in your face really quick. Okay, so happy haunting, Boo, and the fun cat. So my husband's like, I don't know if I like the cat. I was like kind of actually pumped about the cat on there. But where I'm pulling these different things from is the stamp set here is Banner Year, and I've really been having a lot of fun with that, and it's kind of like just beginning because there's a lot for all different seasons in there, and that is from page 65 from the holiday catalog, and so this is where I kind of might goofy up. So Banner Year is the stamp set. I'm using some punching, but not the Banners Pick a Punch. I'm actually going back, but you could, I mean, you really could, but where I'm pulling it from is this punch here that kind of coordinates with the Lovely You. So you can kind of, as you watch me make the card, you can kind of decide, okay, maybe I already have that punch. I don't need to buy a different one. Or you know what, maybe you might like the other punch better and such. So I'll leave that up to you guys. But it was like last week sometime, and I had seen somebody make a tombstone out of the punches, and I'm like, oh, how fun is that? And I think she had somehow done like a whole border of them connected, and I thought, okay, let's just start simple. Sometimes I think we all like simple, so that's where I'm going with the headstone there. Okay. So let's see, and I always kind of like, where do I start? Okay, so I wanted to use some more of this fun paper, and that is called Magic in This Night, and you've probably seen me use like the spiders last week, and these kind of the week before, and all sorts of papers that are fun, kind of grunge looking, but just kind of unique and different for what Stampin' Up! Has come up with. So I'm actually using 2 papers from this assortment of Designer Series paper. I love the simplicity of just kind of these whitish gray streaks on the basic black. And then the back is actually some kind of just maybe Cajun Craze type color there. And then Cajun Craze is definitely taking over on this kind of with the spider webby doily look there too. So that's where I'm pulling the basis of my Designer Series paper from. And if you think, oh my goodness, that cat, how do you get the cat? It's not a stamp from the Pampered Pets dies, but it does come from that paper assortment, the Playful Pets Designer Series paper. So I just cut the cat right out of that paper there and cut that out, pop that up, and that's where we got that. So hopefully I remembered to bring that out. I was pulling together these supplies, and I think I've just been pulled in so many different ways today, so hopefully it's all here. And I kind of wanted to bring out extra supplies so that you guys could kind of see different things and ways to make your card too. So I think I will start with, let's see, just the base of the card here. And so for today's base, I chose the gray granite, and I cut that the long way. So this is 4 1/4 by 11, and then I just scored it in half at 5 1/2. And then for this paper, I'm just going to tack that down here, tape that down a little bit with my seal, and run that along the edges kind of. And put that down. So this was cut 4 inches by 5 1/4, and that's pretty standard for what I do as far as trying to keep a 1/4 inch on there too. So so that's that. And then for cutting my other pieces, I just cut this big 12 by 12 down into 3 by 4 inch pieces, and then there is absolutely no waste on this piece, which is kind of fun. And then when I go to kind of mat that's going to be 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, which then you only have a little bit of scrap left over there too, because 4 1/4 is going to cut that cardstock in half when you're using the 8 1/2 by 11 too. So super sticky on my fingers today. There we go. Hopefully that's square. And then I will just go ahead and put that right on my card next too. I'm going to set that over. So I'm just going to kind of put that in the corner a little bit more because I want to save room for some ribbon. And then next I'm going to work on putting together that tombstone. So thanks, Pam. Yeah, if you're just joining, I had seen somewhere a cute tombstone, and I was trying to copy her pattern. So I'm going to pull out the Lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch. And so the one that goes with the banner year. So if you're thinking, okay, I think I might want this together as, say, a 10% bundle savings, then it's this punch that comes together with this one. I always like to kind of let you guys know what the best deal is. You guys know me, I'm all about the deals. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, first I am going to take my strip of gray granite. And so if you can see, this isn't very long of a piece. And so what I'm going to do, instead of tucking it in here and having it just kind of wobble loose, it works easier for me to take a longer strip and then just feed that in there. And this is a 3/4 width. And then I'm just going to punch down. And always with these, have this on your surface, feed it in, and then punch it down. And that's going to keep your cardstock steady. It's not going to wobble at all, and it's going to give you a really nice cut there. So that. Okay, and like I said, that's the 3/4. So this will cut 1/2 inch, 3/4, and 1 inch in both of these trays, kind of. So then what I'm going to do is take and cut that. And I brought out my ruler just because I knew I couldn't remember what that was going to be, because it's an off size. So it's just going to be a little over 1.5. So technically what 1 and, I'm terrible at saying the names. Let's see, 1 and, help me out. Let's see, 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eighths. Yeah, 1 and 5 eighths. There we go. And then I think because my ruler has less hash marks than my trimmer, I'm always wondering if I'm calling it 16ths or 8ths. I think that's where I get into a little bit of trouble. So I'm just going to measure that out here on my trimmer and cut that off. And then next I will grab a slice or strip of this new black glimmer paper. So this stuff is really, really fun. They've kind of redone the glimmer paper and it's super thin, super thin. So probably not easy to tell on a video here, but it is a lot thinner. And when I opened up the package, it's like PU. It has a really distinct smell to it. So just beware when you open it, like it's smelly. It's hard to, it's not like a bad smell. It's just like, wow, there's a lot of smell in the glimmer paper. So I'm just gonna take my 1-inch strip and do that same thing. Instead of having just a little chunk get caught in my punch, I'm going to go ahead, and since this is 1 inch, it's going to go in the next tray up. And then I'm just going to chop that down to get that. And then I'm going to go back to my card and measure that to know that I'm going to cut that at, whoops, let me get it better in the camera, at about 1.75 on my trimmer there. So a little bit of putsy there, but worth it, because there's nothing more frustrating than having these little pieces kind of pulling it in, and then you can see it's going to go in there, and then it's going to just kind of fall in the loading chute. So that's not fun. All right, and next I think I will do my stamping. So I'm going to pull out my piercing mat here, because this is a photopolymer stamp set, which means everything is completely clear. So the boo, I wanted to do you can see the boo on the original card here. I wanted that on there, but I felt like once, let me get this turned around here, once I put the whole boo on with an exclamation point, it's just not gonna fit quite on there. So then that's where I get out my markers. So I'm going to take the brush tip of my basic black marker and just then color in the B and the O and the O, making sure that I'm not going to get any of my marker on that exclamation point. And then here's my tombstone. And because I'm talking, I'm going to just huff and stamp that right, hopefully that's centered there. That's the best part about this photopolymer, is that we have that minus the exclamation point there. Hi, Julie. And then I'm just going to, for the other, I can use my regular black ink pad because I'm not going to have to not stamp something. But the little cobweb here might go over. I don't want it to stamp on my Pierce mat. So I'm just going to put that underneath the boo. So we have that. So for a fun little look there. Hi, Leah. Thank you. So these two pieces I'm just going to kind of set there and let dry. And then this is a 1-inch strip of that same gray granite color that is the base of the card and the boo that I just worked with, so 1 inch. And here too, I'm gonna do my stamping and just leave it a long strip. And I'm just gonna ink that up with my black ink and kind of leave enough on each side so that it can do, I can do something with it, which I'm gonna let it dry just a hair because I'm going to put it in a punch and I don't want it to smear or do anything. So, hi Lois, thanks for joining in. Next I have a lot of punches today. I have the Timeless Label punch, which is pretty, just pretty generic and such. And so with that, I cut another strip of this black glimmer paper about 1.25 inches. And then here I can slide it right in facing me to know that I don't have it going off center that way. So facing me is always the best. So I know that it's in there well. Punch that out and it usually does fly out just like that. So I have that Timeless Label punch there. And then what I did is pulled out my 1.5 inch circle punch. And I'm going to feed my Happy Haunting. I'm going to put it right in the camera here, work around that. And I'm going to kind of center that so that there is some, a gap on the top and the bottom, like so. And then we have that look there like that. So it kind of just has a different look to it, but I kind of wanted it to fit in with this shape, and I kind of like what that circle punch did. And because of the size of the greeting, that worked out really well. Now, with my glimmer paper being a little bit more, a little bit more of a porous surface, not your normal cardstock, I pulled out my Stampin' Seal Plus because this is a little bit heavier duty and a little bit stickier and such. So I'm just going to put that on the back side here, knowing that that's going to give me a good stick onto my glimmer paper. And you could always use glue dots too, but I just don't want this to fall off of my glimmer paper. But I am going to take my black marker cap and put that back on. Okay, so, and then I'm going to do that same thing, just run one strip down on my little boo for my headstone here. I'm gonna kind of line that up on the bottom so that that's level there, like so. And then it's going to be basically just putting these things together. So there were other cats, of course, on that paper, and for Nancy's party last month, I used the cute grumpy cat, and so this is on that same paper. So it's been fun to just see the different personalities of the cats. And I'm going to grab, whoops, my dimensionals. Okay, I kind of ripped a square right off there, so I might as well just put it right on. So I'm going to use a lot of dimensionals because I want to pop everything on this project up too. So I'm just going to start with that, the boo, and then I'm going to put about 3 of these across on my sentiment, the Happy Haunting. And it kind of looks like it almost could say Happy Hunting with the cat kind of in that little pouncing stage there. And then I'm going to put just a couple dimensionals on the cat, and I still have my mini dimensionals out here too. I love just pulling like one of these off the sheet for something like the long tail, where you just want a little extra boost and not have that kind of just laying limp and flat there. Hi Carol, thanks for joining in. And that I'm going to just have pounce and yet have a little bit of the tail coming off there too. And so next, I wanted to add some ribbon, and I thought with all the fun black glimmer paper going on there, it would be fun to add some of the ribbon that has that black organdy glitter in it too. So I was actually considering, so I brought it out just so you could kind of see, this is that new gray granite shimmer ribbon too. And I thought, ooh, with the shininess, and it's the same color as the cardstock, that would be kind of fun too. But I thought, oops, let's go with the black glitter organdy ribbon. This originally came out in a different holiday catalog, and loved it. It's kind of wiry feeling, so it's so easy to tie. I'm gonna tuck that underneath the cat's tail. And I love ribbon that's easy to tie, but of course I'm still going to do just a knot. Most of you know me, I'm not big on frilly foo-foo bows, and so Angie's gonna get a knot on her project, just like most of my creations. And then I'm just gonna trim that down a little bit. Just gonna trim that up, make it look nicer. So then we have all of the glitter with the ribbon. It just really ties that in with the glimmer paper. And then I'm really liking these new iridescent pearls. And those are in the holiday catalog as well. I was trying to think because I kind of have the page still open. Don't think I have, well, I'll find it here because it's right here. It is on page 53. So the iridescent pearls are on page 53. That black glitter paper is on page 53, as well as the Magic in the Night Designer Series paper that I've been using as well. That's on page 53. Then I'm just going to take a couple of these iridescent pearls, and some of them are more silver, some are more purple, and so sometimes when I'm just adding two, I try and find two that are similar in color so it doesn't look like they clash or don't match at all. So and then for the inside, for Halloween, I don't think we do much for inside sayings. I could have used something from the inside of that, from that stamp set, but I'm just going to go with another image of that cobweb in the bottom corner, like so, and that's just going to kind of follow through the theme on the inside. So that is today's card. So just a lot of putsy pieces, nothing too hard. For me, it's kind of fun to just kind of mass produce and cut out the cats, cut out the tombstones, cut out the little greetings, and then have fun assembling and tying ribbon later. So let me get my camera switched back around here. And alrighty, so yes, today is Monday, and I think that Angie had said that she would kind of like to close by this weekend. So if you're thinking of ordering through Angie's Party, you will get the 3 cards that I'm making. So you'll get today's card that I just finished, plus the 2 that I'm doing tomorrow. I already have an idea for tomorrow that I'm excited about for fall, and then another one Wednesday too. And so with a minimum $25 order, then you get the cards that I'm making today for free as a thank you from both Angie and I, and then hopefully that will give you some inspiration too. So if you're thinking of ordering, try and get those in by even Friday, just to make sure that she knows kind of what to expect as she shops for her host rewards and such. But and also just a reminder that there's still a couple weeks left to shop for and use up your bonus codes. If you earned any the month of July and the first few days of August, you still have a couple weeks to use those bonus codes. You guys have been really good at remembering to use them up when you've ordered this month, which I'm glad. And then probably tomorrow I'll be sending out texts or emails and letting those of you that haven't used yours up to just a reminder to use those up that you have earned them, because especially in summer we get busy and I don't want anybody to have cash left on the table that they could have put towards an order too. So I will be working more with that too. But if you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope you all have a great week. Thanks. Bye-bye.